Okay, massive questions being asked by the gaming community with regards to Starfield actually managing to claw an award in the 2023 Steam Awards. Massively questionable indeed, and we're going to tell you guys pretty much as to how this happened and debate and talk over what's going on with the Eurogamer readers voting the game within the top 10 of the top 50 games of 2023. Now, we're going to take a look at this today and dive on into the controversy that is this freaking game yet again. The most talked about game on the bloody internet right now. Now, if you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And on top of that, check out our sponsor, Advanced GG, the #1 clinically proven energy supplement on the market. My favorite flavor is cherry vanilla, but you guys can catch an array of flavors via the link in the description. Make sure you use code CLOUD at checkout and you'll get a cheeky discount. With that being said, let's dive on in to some more freaking Starfield news. So, as an article on Games Radar states right here, as Starfield and Red Dead Redemption 2 claim controversial prizes, doubt is being cast over the value of the Steam Awards. Now, the winners of the Steam Awards 2023 were announced just 2 days ago now, but a few of the victors have called the value of a fan vote into question. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 was the biggest winner, as we all kind of saw coming, claiming both Game of the Year and Outstanding Story-Rich Game Award. Elsewhere, Dave the Diver was recognised for its relaxing vibes, and Lethal Company was dubbed Better with Friends. But 2 other prizes have players scratching their heads. Now, this is going to be mainly on Starfield news, but we can't ignore the other factor. We're going to dive into this first one straight off the bat, but the biggest question mark hovers over Starfield and its reception for the Most Innovative Gameplay Award. Now, when we take a look at the nominees for this award, we have Shadows of Doubt, Contraband Police, Remnant 2, which we all know and quite well love, but again, not really innovative, and Your Only Move is Hustle. This was pretty much laid out so that Starfield would have no doubt but winning this award, because I don't know about you guys, but I've not played any of these other games. Remnant 2, as much as I have watched it and obviously kept an eye on that game, it's not been something I've yet been able to play, but it's on my list of games to play in the future. So Starfield for me was obviously going to come out on top for this one, although I don't really understand it. Now, I've not played the other nominees in this category, but Bethesda's latest is built firmly upon the bones of games that the studio has been making for decades. And whatever you think of Starfield, I'm not too sure that it counts as an innovative or in a traditional sense. Elsewhere though, we're going to quickly talk about this one. Red Dead Redemption 2 claimed the Labor of Love Award, a prize that Valve describes as being reserved for the devs that continue to nurture and support their creation for multiple years in the sun. Not only were all of the other games in the shortlist for the category actual multiplayer games rather than single player games with online components, but in 2022 the Red Dead Online community held literal funerals for its quote-unquote dead game. Now, I have played multiple other games from the shortlist, and I'll say that all of them are better and supported more than the eventual winner, which is crazy, because when we look at what we've got right here, we had Dota 2, Apex Legends, Rust, Deep Rock Galactic, which I would say Deep Rock Galactic even held more strength. But to have a Labor of Love go to Red Dead Redemption 2 rather than the likes of Dota, or even Apex Legends and Rust, every other one inside of this should have held that up more so. At the end of the day, the Steam Awards are a pure fan vote, and it's not hard for a popularity contest to be manipulated, especially when the winners are from studios as massive and as mainstream as Bethesda, Rockstar, and Naughty Dog. There's little to be done about the situation that led to this year's winners, and even if Valve were to make adjustments, what does that say to the winners to have been deemed more deserving of their prizes, which is absolutely true, and it's absolutely baffling to think that this is what we had in here. It annoys me with some degree, as best game on Steam Deck Award went to Hogwarts Legacy, which released early on in the year, and I think that should have probably gained a bit more love throughout a load of the awards at the end of the year this time round. I think Hogwarts Legacy went extremely forgotten about and completely underrated, and most of these fan-voted awards and stuff generally tend to go to whatever the biggest hype game is at that moment in time, or the biggest controversy happening at that moment in time as well, which is probably why the Most Innovative Gameplay Award went to Starfield, because because realistically, after putting in hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of hours into this game, there is absolutely zero innovative movements that they've made. There's no innovation or anything inside of here. It's just exactly what we know from the likes of Fallout and Skyrim and all of that other stuff, except it's just not even been done in a greater format. So realistically for me, it's a pretty dead development on an overall. Shouldn't have won any award within the Steam Awards whatsoever. But not only that, but we also see that Eurogamer readers vote Starfield number 7 in their top 50 games of 2023. Now, this is a really confusing one, mainly for me, just because the game was quite good and I do enjoy it, and we're not slandering the game in any way, shape or form, but to be in the top 10 of all games released this year is absolutely baffling. Now, some of the quotations that were on this post, because it was posted up to Reddit and had a baffling 2.3k upvotes on the Reddit post by a guy called Tech You Know, actually had some of the statements on there, and one of them was, Starfield wasn't what everyone wanted, but I wanted a narrative game with a variety of stories and missions, and I got it. Sounds fair to me. Another statement right here, there's that Starfield wasn't the best Bethesda game ever made, and was held back by retaining the traditional Bethesda tropes, when perhaps it should have explored new frontiers, so to speak. But despite all its shortcomings, I still sunk 300 hours into it without batting an eyelid. It's a massive game with much fun to be had. Lovely stuff. Now, as much as them comments probably are actually quite true, being able to sink 300 hours in, most of the bad reviews that went up on Steam of recent date anyway, have had a hell of a lot of game time involved in it. And even though people are stating that this is a very big and a long game and you have to put in a lot of hours to complete it, for me, I don't feel like you have to complete a game to be able to review on that basis, and I don't think that that's why a lot of these reviews actually had it. But I think that people have played in the game, they enjoyed it at the beginning, they didn't really want to admit it because the main controversy in the scene was that Starfield wasn't very good, and if people didn't like it, then they were making it pretty well known. So for those people who did like it, they jumped on a bandwagon, they didn't want to be called this, that and the other, and then later on down the line, they were posting up things once they eventually got bored of the game and then said how crap it was. And I think that that is something that we find a lot in the gaming community. This game was okay. Is it in my top 10? Not by a stretch, but the game is quite fun, it's quite enjoyable, I do like playing it from time to time, and it is a game that I can pick up and put down as and when I want to, but that's the beauty of single player story games, is it not? But how this game has done what it's done over the last week or so is absolutely baffling. Eurogamer's readers vote it top 7, and then the Steam Awards managed to get it for a most innovative gameplay award. It is beyond me how this game managed to get any award. It's just not there for me on a personal level. But if you've got this far into the video, hit me up with a comment in the comment section and let me know if you agree with these reward processes. Where would this game sit in your top 50? And would you have given it the most innovative gameplay award? Would you have given it any award at all? It's an enjoyable game, but it's definitely not in my top squadron. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe, post notifications turned on. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support over the last year. It's been incredible. And 2024, we're going in with new strengths. Let's get to that 100,000 subscribers. I know that you guys can do it. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate you all, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.